A few days ago, I made several trading mistakes, and they weren't related to my strategy. They were related to fatigue. The thing about fatigue is it doesn't feel like fatigue. It can show up in sloppy decisions. So a few days ago, I'm headed into the evening and I hurt my back. Not a big deal, but afterwards what happened to me is I didn't sleep well that night. And the next morning I woke up early, like 5 a.m. for no reason, but my sleep was interrupted throughout the evening. So my circadian rhythm was off. I felt fine though when I got up, but I knew that I had lost some rest. That day when I was setting up for my trades, one of the strategies that I use, I put pending orders in the night before. So Tuesday's around and I know I'm going to be setting up my trades. So we get to Tuesday evening. Now I've been up since I got up early in the morning, didn't sleep well, been up all day, and I start putting in orders. I get up the next day and I'm expecting these orders have triggered and I'm probably going to be in profit on some of these trades. And they had. I was in profit and these trades had triggered and things did look good. But naturally I go in and I self-assess. I look at what the positions are and everything, and I discovered that I had miscalculated math on 2 of the trades that I had 4 running. 2 of them I had put in the calculations to risk not 0.5%, but 5% per trade. I also found another trade that was running that I had set up that was an invalid trade. It did not adhere to my rules. So that trade never should have been set up as a pending order, and the other 2 should have been set up with the proper sizing, and I had messed that up too. So this wasn't just one mistake. It wasn't just 2. 3 from a guy who's been trading for 6 years. That's uncharacteristic. I'm an aviation nut, and I recently watched a video about a private pilot. He was getting ready for a flight, and if you don't know, you do what's called a pre-flight inspection. So you walk around the aircraft and you go through this whole checklist, which he did. This is somebody who owns this plane and flies it fairly regularly. He gets done with the inspection and everything looks fine. He gets ready to get into the aircraft, and his buddy who's flying with him notices that one of the cowl latches is unlatched. He had missed it. So he latches the cowl latch, they get into the airplane, and they leave. Takeoff is uneventful. The flight itself is uneventful until they get ready to land. He calls into air traffic control and he says,
To the left, 45, the left downwind for runway 13. All right, 2 left turns, you guys, and then we'll be on the ground.
Okay, thank you.
13 or 31? Runway. Oh, yeah, you're right.
What?
Oh, I messed that up, huh?
It's fine.
Okay. I got all confused there.
In case you missed it, I'd been making radio calls that I was going to enter a left downwind for runway 13, but I was flying on the other side of the airport into a left downwind for 31. I was basically flying the wrong way and I was going to land the wrong direction. Luckily, there was little to no other traffic at this airport, but this kind of mistake at a busy airport could have drastic consequences.
he was upset with himself. The landing went just fine, but he realized he'd made some key mistakes here, and after taking a day or so to self-assess, he decided that it wasn't good for him to give himself an out. He had made some pretty silly, almost rookie-style mistakes, and not just one mistake, but several. And then he began looking back at what led up to that flight, and why did he make these mistakes? And he realized that the night before, he remembered he had had a long video shoot. He had to catch a flight to get back home. He got in late. He was tired. He went to bed late. He had to get up early, 6 a.m., to go and get on the plane and fly out to this next destination. And so his circadian rhythm was off. And although he felt okay, he actually was sleep deprived. And although I felt fine in the time when I was putting the trades together, I was sleep deprived. And that was affecting my focus and my concentration. And so I decided at that point, I'm just going to take the next day off. I'm going to rest. I'm not going to trade. By the way, those trades played out great, and I ended up taking profits. Everything was great. The point is, I set myself up for a whole world of hurt that didn't need to happen because I didn't self-police. I'm an amateur race car driver. As an endurance race car driver, one of the things we have to do is self-police ourselves for fatigue. You're in a state that you don't normally live in, so you've slept at a hotel, a bed you're not familiar with. Sometimes you sleep well, sometimes you don't. But when you get into the race car, your adrenaline is through the roof. And it stays that way for quite some time. But 15, 20 laps in, fatigue can catch up with you. But the way that it shows up is after you've been driving for a while, you start to make mistakes. Mistakes you haven't made for the last 15, 25 laps you've been driving, but now you find yourself missing your braking points, turning in too late, putting a couple wheels off into the dirt at the exit of the corners. And that's when you have to call in and say, I need a driver replacement. It's time for me to stop because I'm not at my best and I'm not making good decisions anymore. The same thing is true in your trading. So what about you? Have you found yourself trading in such a way where you look back and you say, why did I even do that? I know better than that. I've traded better than that. Why did I do that? Could it be that really you were just tired? Though it's difficult because we do have that little bit of adrenaline that we ride on when we're getting ready to trade, we do need to look back on our condition, how we're doing physically, because that will affect our mental state, our focus, our patience, our discipline. Man, everything gets tied back into how well rested we are, how well equipped we are for the trade. See, it has nothing to do with your strategy, right? It has nothing to do with the state of the market or anything like that. There's a time for traders to be trading, and there's a time for us to say, although it doesn't happen very often, you know what, I need a break. I'm just not in a good place mentally, physically, to be trading today. Whatever the case may be, it's always important to understand we're not machines. But if you'd like to trade like a machine, maybe you'd like to have a machine that trades for you, I'd like you to subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be bringing you content in the future that will help you do just that, to use algorithms, to use bots to trade your strategy, whatever it is, for you so that you remove that human element and the energy you put into it is done beforehand, and then the bot takes over and does the trading for you. Also, if you don't want to trade with bots, there's some other really good content that I'm going to be bringing you in the future on my channel, Trading from the Driver's Seat. That's why I'm always in the car, because that's the name of the channel. And I hope you'll subscribe because I really do want to bring that information to you and help you on your trading journey. So until next time, take care, get proper rest, and I'll see you in the next one.